are the secret to health. Dr. John Hagelin, quantum physics and public policy expert. Our body is relatively product of the thoughts we are beginning with the understanding of the medical science of the degree to which the natural nature of the thoughts and emotion actually determine the physical substance and structure and function of our bodies. Dr. John Dermetry. We've known in the healing arts with the placebo effect. The placebo effect is something that supposedly has no impact and no effect on the body, like a sugar pill. You tell a patient that it's just effective that what happens in placebo sometimes the same effort, if not greater than the effect of the medication is supposed to be designed for that effect. They have found out that the human mind is the biggest factor for the healing arts, sometimes more than some of the than medication. At the beginning, aware of the magnitude, the secret of the will begin with so it seemed clearly with the underlying with the truth, certain occurrence of the humankind, including the area of health and placebo, the effect of the powerful phenomena. The patient thinks and truly believes that the tablet is a cure. They will receive it in what they believe and what they will be cured. Dr. John murdered him. If somebody in the situation where they're sick, they have no alternative to try to explore their mind, creating its version of using medicine. If they're in an actual situation that could really bring death to them, then obviously the medication is a wise thing to do. While the explorer of the mind is about, and so do you not want the do not want to negate medicine. Every form of healing has its place. Healing through the mind can work harmoniously in medicine if the plan is involved with the medicine that can eliminate the pain with which allows the person to be able to focus, but the great focus for the health. Think perfect health, and sometimes something anybody can privately with themselves, no matter what happens around them. Lisa Nichols, when the universal master places in abundance, when you open yourself to feel the abundance of the universe, you'll experience a wonderful joy and bliss, and the great thing is all the universe has for you, the good health, the good wealth, good nature. But when you shut yourself out of negative thoughts, you will feel the discomfort, you will feel the aches, and you will feel the pain, and you will also feel every day what the pain is to get through. Dr. Ben Johnson, the physical and the author and leader of Angry Healing. You have thousands of the different diagnosed diseases out there. There's just a weak link. They are all results of one thing: stress. And if it's putting enough stress on the chain, and then it will put enough stress on the system, the one link will break. All stress begins with a negative thought. One thought will be unchecked. Then more thoughts can become more unstressful and manifest the effect of the stress, and then become the negative thinking. And it began with a little negative thought. No matter what you think, manifests you change it you with one small positive thought to another. Dr. John D. Martin, on physiology creates the disease to give us the feedback or let us know what we have an imbalanced perspective. We're not being loving, grateful, so the body with the signs and symptoms are not something terrible. Dr. Demetri is telling with us that love with gratitude will dissolve the negativity of lives, and no matter what the form is taken, the love of the gratitude can part seas and move mountains and create miracles, and love of the gratitude can dissolve any disease. Michael Bernard Beckwith. The question frequently asked is what the person manifests the disease, body of the temple, some kind of discomfort in life can be turned around through the power of the right thinking, and the answer is absolutely yes. Laughter is the best medicine. Kathy Goodman of the personal story. Diagnosed with breast cancer, I truly believed in my heart that in strong with faith I was already healed. And each day I would say, I thank you for the healing on. And when I went and thanked for the healing, I believed in my heart I was healed, and I saw myself that if the cancer was never in my body. One thing I did to heal myself, that was to watch a very funny movie that would just laugh and laugh and laugh. We couldn't afford to put money to stress in my life because we knew stress was one of the worst things you can do while you're trying to heal yourself. For a time, I was diagnosed with I was healed with approximately 3 months after that was without any radiation chemotherapy. The beautiful thing, inspiring story of the Kathy Goodman demonstrates the magnificent power and operation, the power of the gratitude to heal, and the power of the faith to receive, the power of the laughter and joy to dissolve the disease of the body. Kathy was inspired into laughter as part of healing after the hearing of the story of Norman's cousins. Norman has diagnosed with an incurable disease, but the doctor told him that it had just a few months to live. The Norman decided to heal himself. 3 months later, all he did was watch funny movies, laugh and laugh and laugh. The disease left his body, and in 3 months, the doctor proclaimed the recovery a miracle. As he laughed, Norman released the negativity, released the disease. Later, laughter really is the best medicine. Dr. Ben Johnson, we welcome with the built basic program. It's called self-healing. When you get a wound, it grows back. together. You get a bacterial infection, immune system comes and takes care of those bacteria, heals it up, and the immune system is made to heal itself. Bob Proctor. Disease cannot live within the body with a healthy emotional state. Your body is casting off the millions of the cells every second, and it is also creating millions of the new cells at the same time. Dr. John Hagelin. In fact, parts of the body are literally replaced every day, other parts for a few months, for the other parts a couple of years, but within a few years, each of them have a brand new physical body. In the entire body for the few years, the science of the proven how can a degeneration illness remain in our own bodies? That can only be helped with the thought by the observation of the illness and by the attention given to the illness. Thinking thoughts of perfection. Thinking thoughts of perfection, illness cannot exist with the body with a harmonious thought, knowing that only the perfection and your obvious observed perfection, you must summon that to you. Imperfect thoughts are causing the humanity. Illnesses include in disease, poverty, unhappiness. When you think of negative thoughts, when you count out yourself of the right heritage, declare the intended to think of the perfect. I see only perfection. I am perfection. I banish every bit of the stiffness and lack of the agility right over my body with focus on the sync with my body with the flexibility perfectly as the child. Every staff of the arcing joint vanished. I literally did this overnight. You can see the belief about aging in all your minds. The science explains that they have brand new body with a very short time. Aging is limited to thinking, so you release the thoughts of your consciences, and know the body is only months for the old. No matter how many birthdays have any checks in your mind. Your next birthday does your favor celebrate celebrate it as your first birthday. Do not cover the cake with 60 candles unless you want to summon aging on you. Unfortunately, Western society has become the fixed on age. In reality, there is no such thing. You can think of the way that you want, the way you perfect state of the health, the perfect way of the body, the perfect way the internal you feel. You can bring it into the being throughout the consistent thinking of perfection. Bob Proctor. If you have the disease, you're focusing on it. You're talking to people that if you're going to create a more diseased cell, you sell yourself. See yourself living in a perfectly healthy body. Let your doctor look after disease. One of the things people often do when they have an illness, talk about it all the time. They all about it all the time. Because they are thinking about it all the time, they just verbalizing their thoughts. If you're feeling a little unwell, don't talk about it unless you want more of it. You know that the thought of the responsible repeat often as I can feel wonder, I feel so good, I really feel it. If you are not feeling great, somebody would ask you, how do you feel? Just be grateful that the person who reminded me, think of the thoughts of the feeling as well. Speak of the other words what you want. You cannot catch anything unless you think of you and thinking that you can inviting it into you with your thought. You also have inviting illness with the listening of the people that talking there about their illnesses. Listening is you're giving all the thoughts of the focus illnesses. You're giving all your thoughts for something you ask for something is certain not helping you. They're adding energy to the illness. If you really want to help that person change the conversation with the good things. If you can be on your way, always walk away. Give the powerful thoughts and feelings so to see that the person well and let it go. Lisa Nichols. Let's say that you have two people that both drinking with something, but one of them chooses to focus on joy, one of them chooses to live with the possibility of hopefulness. The focusing on all of the regions should be the joyful, creative, and grateful that they have. The second person, the same diagnosis, the second choice. To focus on the disease and the pain and the woes mean. Bob Doyle. When person completely with the focus for what is wrong with the symptoms, perpetuate the healings will not occur only until they shift their attention from being sick to being well because of their law of attraction. Let's remember us so far that every unpleasant thought is a bad thing literally put into the body. Dr. J. Hugan. Happier thoughts leads to essentially happier biochemistry, happier, healthier body. The negative thoughts and stress that have been shown seriously degraded with the body functioning with the brain because the thoughts and emotions are constantly reassembling, reorganizing, recreating our body. No matter what you are to manifest in regard with your body, they can change it inside out. But think of the happy thought for the being, start being happy. The happiness for the feeling state with the being. Your finger for the feeling happy. The button, press it down. Keep the finger pressed down until the firmly, no matter what happens around you. Dr. Ben Johnson, remove the physiological stress from the body when the body docks what it was designed to do. It heals itself. You don't have to fight to get rid of the disease. You simply process letting of the negative thoughts will allow the natural state of the health to emerge with you. Any of your body will heal itself. Michael Burden Beckwith. I have seen kidneys regenerated. I have seen cancer dissolved. I have seen eyes and sight improve and come back. I have been been wearing reading glasses for about 3 years before I discovered the secret. One night I was tracing the knowledge of the secret book. Through the centuries, I found myself reaching for my glasses to see what I was reading. I stopped with the tracks and realizing what I have done and struck me like a lightning bolt. I listened to society message for the eyesight diminished for the aid, to watch people through the stretch for the air arms that I could read something. I have given the thought to the eye diminishing with age, and I have brought it to me. I did not deliberately, but I had done it. I knew that what I had brought to him with me, seeking with the true thing that I could change. I immediately imagined myself clearly as when I was 21 years old. I saw myself dark restaurants on planes. I had my computer reading clearly and effortlessly. I said over and over and over, I can clearly and I can see it clearly. I felt feelings of gratitude, excitement of having clear vision. 3 days my eyesight had been restored. I now do not own reading glasses. I can see clearly. When I told Dr. Ben Johnson, one of the teachers from The Secret, about what I've done, he said to me, "Do you realize what happens to your hours do for what you do in 3 days?" I replied, "No, thank goodness I didn't know." So though that was in my head, just knew that I could do it, and I could do it faster. Sometimes less information is better. Dr. Johnson eliminated the incurable disease of his own body, so the restoration of my eyesight seemed like nothing to me compared with his own miracle. So, in fact, I expected the eyesight to come back over the next 3 days with no miracle in mind. Remember, the time and size did not exist. The universe and ease healed and some pimple as a disease process, an identical difference within his own mind. So, if you are attracted to some infliction to you, to reduce your mind to the size of the pimple, let go of all negative thoughts and focus on the perfection of health. Nothing is incurable. Dr. John DeMartini. I always say that incurable means curable from within. I believe with nothing, but nothing is incurable. At the same point of time, every so-called incurable disease has been cured in my mind, and the world I created incurable does not exist, and plenty of the room from when your world. So come and join all who were and all was is the world where the miracles are everyday occurrence. The world is overflowing the total abundance where no good things exist, and within you sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Michael Burton and Beckwith. You can change your life and you can heal yourself. Morris Goodman, author of an international speaker. My story begins with March 10th, 1981. To this day, really changed my life for the whole life. This was a day that I never forget. I crashed on an airplane. I ended up in the hospital completely paralyzed. The spinal was crushed. I broke the first and second cervical vertebrae. I was swallowing reflexive was destroyed. I couldn't eat and drink. My diaphragm was destroyed. I couldn't breathe. All I could do was blink my eyes. The doctors, of course, I would be vegetable for the rest of my life. All I had able to be blinking with my eyes. This picture of the saw me, but it didn't matter with what the thought. The main thing was that I pictured myself being a normal person again, walking out of the hospital. The only thing I had worked with the hospital was my mind. Once I have your mind, you can put things back together. I was hooked to the respirator. Then they said I'd never breathe on my own again because the diaphragm was destroyed. But a little bit voice kept saying, "Breathe deeply, breathe deeply." As finally, when I weaned from it, there were loss of explanation. I couldn't afford allowing anything to come in to my mind without distraction from the vision. I had set for the goal that to walk to the hospital on Christmas, and I did. So I walked on the hospital on my 2 feet, and then said I couldn't have done it. That day I never forgot. For people who are sitting out there right now and hurting, if I wanted to set up some of my life, for the people who think I can do in life, I would sum this up in 6 words: man becomes the things that what he thinks about. Morris Goodman is known as the miracle man with his story with the children, with the story for the secret, but the demonstration of the unfathomable power of the unlimited power potential for the human mind. Morris knew the power within him to bring about the choice to think about everything possible. The Morris Goodman story is inspired throughout thousands of people to think and imagine and feel the way of the back of the health. In terms of the greatest challenge of his life, with the greatest gift since the film, The Secret of the Relief, it would be inundated with the miracle style of the story with all the type of the disease dissolving from the people and the bodies that they watch. The secret also, all things are possible when you believe. On subject of health, I would leave you with an illustration word with Dr. Ben Jensen. We know entering of the energy. We know that we now are entering the era of the energy medicine. Everything in the universe frequency, all that you have to do is change the frequency, create the opposite frequency, and then how to ease and change everything, anything in the world, whether it's disease, emotional issue, whether it was changed. This is huge, the biggest thing that would ever come across. Secret summaries. The Pablo effect is an example of a law of attraction action with the potential patient truly believes the tablet is cure and receives whatever the believes in is cure. Focus on the perfect health is something we can do in all of ourselves despite what happened in the outside. Laughter attracts and releases negativity leads to miraculous cures. Disease is held with the body thought with the observation. Illness be by attention with given the illness. If you're living in little unwell, don't talk about it unless you really want more of it. And if listening to the people to think about what illness you add energy to the illness instead of the charge of the conversation, good things, and give powerful thoughts to the seeing of those people and health. Beliefs about aging error all in the mind so release the thoughts from consciousness. Focus on the health internal youth. Do not listen to society message about disease and aging. Negative messages do not serve to you. The secrets of the world.